Welcome to the continent of Faerun. The year is 1313, the year of the Shattered Oak. Our story is going to be taking place in the region of Sword Coast, a narrow band of territory dominated by city-states. More specifically, starting in the town of Waterdeep. I'm going to roll a dice. We start at the June Jug Inn. At the Jade Jug Inn, sorry. With a fairly young elf woman. Kaya, if you would describe your character.
Oh god.
You should see your character down here.
Oh, okay, I see.
Describe your
Should I
character to
just-
everyone.
Okay, I guess I'll just read the little bio thing.
You don't have to read the
No.
bio. Just give a description of yourself.
What you look like.
What you look like. What you're carrying, what you're dressed in, that sort of thing.
Okay. Mayana is an elf, has light blonde hair, ice blue eyes, very pale, about 5'5", 110 pounds, short, slender, elf ears, obviously. Wears scale mail with bits of cloth to add additional flair. She adorns small brown cloak and she can use for cover and camouflage. So she's sort of like a ranger type.
You find yourself waking up in the inn that you took rest in the night before. You're free to wander and do what you would like. You can click on your token and drag it around if you have the select/move tool enabled.
I'll just move it under.
Click it, and then you should be able to drag it. There you go.
Okay.
Yeah, Sami's a VIP hunter. She's an old friend of mine. They're an old friend of mine.
Am I just supposed to look at stuff or?
You can do whatever you like. Don't go into the other rooms, though. They are not rooms that you have rented. You only rented that one room.
The other.
She enters a room and a guard attacks.
So the room you're in is one room,
Guard.
and this is a hallway.
Okay.
This is a hallway here. Anything in particular you're trying to do?
Loot the place.
I don't know.
All right. You smell the freshly cooked bacon coming from downstairs as breakfast is just starting to get served.
That would, yeah. That would get my attention.
Wherever I am, I want
So-
to do that too.
You're probably gonna start heading downstairs then? The
Where
stairs are
Okay,
over
is that-
here.
those things?
Yes. And with that, you are downstairs, so I am going to make your token disappear.
Can we get like a pop sound as the token disappears?
Next. Also smelling also getting the whiff of breakfast being cooked downstairs. A young man wakes up in a bed as well. Hunter, please describe your character.
Tall, blonde, big bazookas, you know. So the character stands just under 6 feet tall, very slender. He is fully cloaked and has a hardened leather mask covering most of his face. It's not like a full mask; it just covers his nose down. He has horns coming out of the top of his cloak. They go straight back, and he has a thicker tail.
What would you like to do?
Well, Yasmig's gonna wake up, smelling the breakfast, and his tail is just gonna start thrashing around out of happiness. Gonna knock something over off the desk. Blankets are gonna get tossed on the floor, and he's just quick strides. He's just gonna open his door, not care about anything, and just go downstairs and eat.
All right. With that, both you and Nyana find themselves downstairs. Seeing you coming downstairs, a woman is going to come out of this room and step forward, approaching both of you. Oh yes, if you would like to take a seat, breakfast should be ready any time now. Go ahead, pick any that you would like. And then she quickly goes back into the back room.
Yasmig is gonna make his way over to the corner and sit down and eat. Or, well, sit down for now. Wait for service.
The barkeep makes his way over to you and asks you. It's kind of shorter, scruffy-looking man with a 5 o'clock beard, or 5 o'clock shadow, balding head, halo. He's a human. Fairly short, though. What can I get you while you wait?
Dwarf, I would like your tallest drink and all of the food you have. Eggs, toast, jams, syrups, pancakes. Bring it all.
One of everything, then. All right. And he quickly disappears behind the door. The woman makes her way back out again. This time, making her way over to the table Nyana is at. And is there anything that you particularly would like to eat?
Just a coffee and some sort of omelet with many vegetables.
She nods and makes her way back to the room again, preparing your order.
God damn it, it's a vegetarian.
Shortly after she disappears, you hear the door open, and walking in is a sight not commonly seen in Waterdeep. Sea God, introduce your character.
Zeradir sort of slides through the door, quietly shutting it behind him, hoping no one's going to notice. He's round, say 5'6", slender, although you get the impression that he's heavier than he looks, well, sort of wiry guy. You did mention he was a drow, didn't you? I didn't hear.
I mentioned that he's a sight not commonly seen.
Oh, there you go. He's a drow. There you go. He's wearing a sort of cloak dark cloak covering sort of the top of his head. You can see the lower part of his face, and that's enough from his skin tone to tell what he is. And you hear sort of a rustling of chainmail underneath the cloak. And I just move my character around now. Go sit somewhere.
Yep. Do whatever you want.
Fucking Hunter's taking the corner seat, bastard.
You should be dead, bastard.
I'm gonna sort of sit by the door, so there's a quick way out.
The man is going to come back from behind the tavern, or from behind the room, and he's going to lay a couple plates in front of you, Hunter, along with a large drink, or a large mug for you.
Without any hesitation, with his tail wagging all over the place like a puppy seeing its owner come home after a long 8-hour day, he's just gonna start eating. He's not gonna be like loud about it. He's gonna try to be quiet, but he's very obviously hungry and very obviously has an appetite.
Mm-hmm. For your own records, this is going to cost 1 gold. The full meal and everything is going to cost a single gold.
I will take that off.
The barkeep walks back over to these two over here. The woman comes back out again, and she has her own platter to carry the food and such over to you, Nyana. Sets it down in front of you, and takes also 1 gold from you. Mark that down and make sure you keep track of it.
That's next to.
It's in your inventory area. It is next to. Give me a second.
It's next to the items.
Yes,
Right?
it's GP. Is the gold piece, yeah.
Okay, got it.
She will make her way over to the new person in the bar and kind of look at you warily.
Coffee.
She nods kinda shyly and quickly makes her way back into the back room. And then comes back out again with the coffee and places it down. The
Good
coffee
attitude.
is free, by the way. And she quickly scurries her way back behind the counter again. What are you all doing?
Yasmig, go ahead.
I go for it.
Yasmig is keeping to himself, eating his food.
Okay.
And really nothing more at this point.
Okay.
He's not looking around. He's not trying to pay attention to others, not trying to draw attention to himself, just kind of enjoying his meal.
Got it.
Serida is kind of semi paying attention to the very strange specimen in the corner at the bar.
Go ahead and make a perception check for me.
That is...
First roll of the game. Here we go.
I do that under skills, yes?
Yes, skills, perception. Just click perception. Natural 20. Good start.
Damn. I quit.
I will pull you into whispers.
Alrighty. Get wrecked.
So I'm assuming you're looking up and down Hunter's character, correct?
I sort of notice his tail and sort of follow that up his
You-
body.
You see that his armor is tightly wrapped around him, and that not too much skin other than just his tail and horns are showing. But he doesn't seem it seems like he's hiding something.
There's something concealed beneath him, the clothing, or that he's physically acting shifty.
Not that he's physically acting shifty, just, you know, he's covered head to toe in armor and cloth, basically, except for his tail and his horns.
So like there's something maybe on his skin, like he's horribly scarred or tattooed to shit, something like that.
He's completely covered. You don't know.
Yeah, I can't see that, but like he's hiding something of that nature, is what you're saying.
I don't know. You'd have to find out.
Yeah, but
We're moving
when
back
you
up.
say hiding something, do you mean like he's hiding like a secret, or hiding something physically about him?
It looks like he's hiding something physically about him by dressing head to toe.
That's what I was meaning.
Yeah. You also hear from this corner the barkeep saying, "Yeah, we're looking for a group of people to help out with Aurora next door.
With the what? Next door?
The people upstairs. People were rooming upstairs," and he kind of glances in the direction of the two other people in the room. "She was thinking that maybe they could help out a bit."
The what next door did you say? I didn't catch it.
Aurora's. So the store next door.
Okay. And we all kind of heard that. He said it pretty loudly, like he was
Yeah,
trying to get us to.
He's not hearing it fairly. He's not saying it fairly loudly, but your room.
There's not many of
your
us in
room
there
and
that can't
board
sound
is
carries.
paid for, and you did get invited to this place when you arrived.
With that, Yasmig's just he's gonna go.
He's gonna go where?
He's gonna go out the door and go next door. But for now, he'll just go out the door. And, yeah, he's gonna take the long way around purposely, trying to like not directly go by Cyrodiil, and he's gonna.
I want you to make a stealth check for me. What the fuck? What the fuck?
And with nobody noticing
you-
he's even walking
You go
out the
past.
door.
Yeah, you go past him without anyone even noticing you left. The
I
barkeep
was
looks
going
over.
to make a perception check against that. But
Well,
I ain't
no.
even
Go
gonna
ahead and
bother.
make a perception check against it. Let's see if you. Let's see if you can beat it.
If you roll a one,
No fucking way.
Cyrodiil's nose starts bleeding, and he just totally stops. Was that
Wow.
It was a
You
one.
are too busy focused on your coffee, just staring at it from the long night you did traveling. The
You called it fucking one.
The tavern owner looks over and sees that your plate's gone and kind of loudly says, "It looks like that one guy already left, already made his way over there. You with the bow, what's your name?"
Nyana.
"You probably follow that guy. He, part of the same work as ya."
Alright, will do. And I suppose she'll finish her coffee, get up, stretch a bit, and head towards the door.
Barkeep's perception's over 100.
No, he just knows that you disappeared. He doesn't know where you went. Alright. Cyrodiil, what would you like to do? You are the only one left in the tavern.
I lift my head so that my eyes are visible from beneath my hood and look at the barkeep. My eyes are bright red.
He is staring at you, kind of with a slight glare.
I'm assuming I got the same letter as the other two, yeah? Or that was
yes.
called here kind of thing.
Yes.
And what I ask him, and what kind of work is this?
Make a persuasion check. Not bad. He looks a little uneasy at first and then continues on. It's just... Well, the shop is, trades in magical items and weapons, and... Well, she needed a group of guards for the caravan. As long as you stay out of trouble, I don't think she would turn away extra help.
Is it normal for shops trading, these magic goods? They like ridiculously expensive. Why does she need a guard?
Are you asking that out of character or in character?
That's sort of my thinking. And do I?
Magical items can be very rare and very expensive.
So it would be normal in the world for that.
It would be very normal. Yes.
Oh yeah, very
Okay.
very normal.
I sort of nod and pull my hood closer around my face, drink the rest of my coffee, and walk out the door.
Got it. And with that, you guys are currently... Give me a second, the map is loading on my end. You guys are currently here. I did not drag you to the right map. Hold on.
We're still seeing the... there we go.
You guys are currently here. The inn is next door to it. You guys are currently here. Do you see that one?
No.
Are you
The
seeing
ping.
the map at all?
Oh, I see the blue ping.
Yes. You guys are currently on the corner here at the Jade Jug Inn. Aurora's shop is just a couple places down Waterdeep Way. Has a big sign out in front of it, so you can't really miss it.
All right, Yasmig he would have just went right in, but when he got into the shop, instead of just going up to whoever's in there, whatever, he's gonna kind of just find a corner, go to that corner, and like pretend he's looking at something, but he's gonna keep his eyes on the door to see if they follow.
Give me a perception check. Got it. Alright. And I'm assuming you're walking in next, Gaia?
I guess it would be me next. Nyana would probably just walk in as well and start eyeing all of the objects, looking at things.
Give me a perception check as well. Yasmig.
Click on it in the...
Yeah. Yasmig, you see a fairly young elf walk in with a longbow strapped to her back, weapon strapped to her side. That's about all you get from it.
Real quick, can you give a description of the shop that they're in?
I was just about to. The shop you're in, you walk in and you get an immediate feel of energy at you. It actually stings you a little bit, Yogsmir. It stings at the back of your head a little bit. You feel like it's uncomfortable and you really want to make your way out of there as soon as you can. The shop itself has displays of rings, necklaces, daggers, weapons, cloaks, an assortment of weapons.
Is there anything within their price range, or is this all well and beyond?
You would have to ask.
Okay.
Around this moment, I'm assuming Nyana is past the door now and she has taken her spot somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Where would she be in the shop? About, would you think? Would she be by the counter? Would she be looking at something?
She'd probably still be looking at things, browsing a bit.
About 30 seconds after she walks in, the drow elf walks in behind her. Hunter, you see, very similar to what you saw before, a well-cloaked man, but he seems more heavily armored than the last one was, and he definitely seems a bit more standoffish than she was as well. What would you like to do?
Who, me or Seagull?
Anyone.
Or anybody?
Anyone.
I'm sort of looking around the shop, perception check to see if I notice anything odd.
Sure.
I see fuck all.
You see about the same that I described for Kaya.
At this point, Yasmig is gonna go to the counter and say, I heard someone's looking for a helping hand. I can be of service for a fee. And he's even though you can't really see his skin or anything, it's not well hidden. It's very obvious that he wants to get in and get out.
The person behind the counter is wearing very basic robes of no coloring, just a light gray at the most. He puts his hand up and says, "We need confirmation that you are the people that we originally requested."
Can I go to whisper with you?
Yes.
So the only note that he got was the vision, right?
Let's just say for now that you have the note. That
Oh, I have a note.
you have a note saying we are recruiting these people.
Oh, I was gonna do something totally different, but okay. Okay, let's go back up.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna slide the note to the person.
The man behind the counter grabs the note, opens it up, reads through it, checks the signature at the bottom, and double checks the seal to make sure it's alright. And he puts it within the folds of his robe, putting his hands together and saying, "We should be expecting the rest of the group shortly." And looking around the room, sees the other two people in there, and says a little bit louder, "I believe maybe shorter than we all thought. Are you citizens here for this cause as well?"
I incline my head, saying yes.
"I would need your note as well, then. Just for the sake of safety and precaution."
I reach under my cloak and produce the note.
He grabs it, does the same thing, kinda eyeing you specifically a bit more. Holds the note, puts it inside of his cloak like the other one, and puts his hands together. He's looking, and now he is just looking at Nyana.
Naya nods and pulls the note out of one of her pockets and places it on the counter.
Same thing again. Picks it up, looks at it, inspects it, and puts it into the pocket of his robe. I expected more to show up, but you three shall do for now. Perhaps we shall send the last after you later. Give me just a moment, and he walks silently into the back of the room.
At this point, Yasming's gonna audibly grumble and just kind of go back to looking at something close. Whatever's close to the counter, he's gonna just start looking at, turning away, specifically away from them.
Anyone else doing anything?
Diana would probably just find a wall somewhere to lean against and sort of meditating, I guess.
Shortly after the sage leaves, he comes back out with a large book and puts it on the table, poof, with a thunk. He opens it up to a marked page and pulls out an envelope that was within there. These are the rental fees and registration for a cart that has been paid for. You are to head south to the next town and pick up a package for Lady Aurora. Looking at and hands out the note for whoever is going to take it.
Yasmig's gonna whip around, and well, because he would have been watching, but he's gonna go to take it.
The sage hands it to you with a nod and says, "Be wary. This is a vast magical item, and tampering with it, one, will void any contract we have, and two, may lead directly to your death." And with that, he nods, motions to the door.
Yasmig isn't gonna budge. He's just gonna look at the man, and he's just gonna, what is it that we're going to collect?
It's not really anything of matter of yours. Go ahead and make me a persuasion check, actually. With disadvantage, so do another roll. And we take the lowest number, so 7. He just says, "It is nothing for you to worry about. You are just the guards of said thing." And his hand is still outreached, pointing towards the door. His face is still stone cold.
Alright, well, then what's the payment that we're going to receive?
Payment will be discussed upon closure, but it should be around 100 gold each.
With this, he wants to ask more, but with the pain, he's just gonna walk away. He's going out the.
Are the rest of you going to follow?
I lift my head so that my eyes are visible beneath my hood and say to the man, "I really would like to know what it is I'm guarding."
Give me an intimidation check. Again, with disadvantage.
Oh, there it is. Disadvantage.
Yes. There should be a little button that allows you to do disadvantage.
While he's rolling, all the information he gave was the next town over and a piece of paper, right?
The next town south, yes.
Next town south, okay.
Which you, being your background in knowing the land fairly well, you know it's Daggerfort.
Okay. So at least know where.
Yes, you know where. As for that roll, the sage looks at you, kind of smiles a little and says, "The fate of the world may depend on this item. Be certain not to lose it." And his hand is still pointed towards the door.
Yes, it's the box that contains Cthulhu.
I think Nyana would agree that she wants to know what exactly it is that the item.
How would she say it in character?
She would try to convince him that it would be safest if they knew what they were dealing with.
Ask him in character.
Alright, she would say, how are we supposed to protect something whenever we don't know what it is? What if something bad happens? What if this item is dangerous to us?
Make a persuasion check. It's just a straight persuasion check, not at disadvantage. Natural 20. All of your guys' first rolls of the nights have... Oh, almost all the first rolls have been natural 20s. That is absurd to me. The sage nods its head a little bit and says, "You should not worry for your own safety from the artifact. It's going to be encapsulated with a magical spell that nullifies its effects. Along with that, it will nullify any prying eyes." And he looks specifically at you, Sea God. "But don't worry. The protection of it is the duty of yours. It is why we are hiring you and paying you so well."
I glare back at him and ask, and what happens to us should that spell break?
"Well, it depends on what you do with the item." And with that, he walks into the back room, leaving you guys to leave.
And at that point, Niana would just walk out.
Would you follow suit?
Yes.
Got it. Knowing that you need to head to the south side to get proper carriage and everything to head down to Daggerfort, you make your way down to the dock district, or the dock ward, and then into the southern ward. You are heading down, you're heading down this street here right now.
So, upon leaving the place where they picked up the information, Yasmig's first stop would be any place that's going to sell food that's going to last. He's guessing, a night or two, and water, just basic supplies, campfires.
In total, it will cost you about 2 gold for that.
Can I roll persuasion to try to knock some money off?
Go ahead.
For bartering.
Go ahead. You're able to knock about 50 silver off.
So that would leave me
with
1 gold.
1 gold.
How much?
1 gold, 50 silver.
So it's 100 to 1.
I'm sorry, 1 gold, 5 silver.
1 gold, 5 silver. Okay,
Yes.
So it would cost
100 copper, 10 silver, 1 gold.
So I'd have 1 gold, 5 silver left from the 2.
Yes.
Or am I spending 1 gold, 5 silver?
You are spending 1 gold, 5 silver.
Okay, so that would leave.
You knocked 5 silver off of the price. Is anyone else doing anything on the way? Are you traveling as a group? Are you traveling separate from each other? Remember that Yogsmir is the one with the actual note of passage. Yasmig, sorry.
Yeah, I'm staying with him.
Alright.
Yeah, I would stick around too.
You make your way through the dock ward, making your way to the main street, the Way of the Dragon, into the southern ward. And you find yourself at stables by the southern gate. There is a man, he's a human, fairly old, looks like he's been a farmer his entire life. He's raking up some of the hay on the ground. And he looks up as you approach and kind of gives you a funny look. What can I help you with?
This is the guy we're getting the cart from?
Yes, these are the stables.
Without saying a word, he's just going to hand the paper that the sage guy gave him that
He-
has the info on it to them.
He snaps it out of your hand and kind of opens it, looking at it, then looking up at you, a little paranoid. He reads through it, his eyes quickly shifting. Very well, everything seems to be accounted for. Let me go ahead and get you your horses and your carriage. It will be 2 horses and a carriage that will pull them. I expect these back. They are paid for in full, but you are only borrowing them, and I need a count of them. If you're not back in 10 days, they will be considered stolen. And he goes to prepare the horses and everything. Anything you guys are doing in the meantime?
No.
Yasmig's just hanging out, waiting.
Okay. Takes probably around 10 to 15 minutes for him to latch 2 of his finer horses to the carriage and pulling the carriage out from storage behind the stables, and pulls it forward and jumps off of it, nodding to you, Hunter, and making his way back to the work he was doing before.
Yasmig's going to look at Nyana, and he's just going to kind of look between her and the carriage's rider's seat, kind of, you know, making a motion with his head for her to be the one to drive it.
So I'm assuming that Nyana is going to be the driver then?
Yeah.
Alright, and where are the other 2 in the carriage?
Is this a carriage
It's an
that has,
open
like, a
cart.
cover over it?
It's an open cart.
Open cart. Yasmig's going to just put his head down, and he's just going to lay down in the back, arms under his head. He's going to close his eyes.
Got it. And Seagod, where are you going to be?
I'm guessing this is one of these intro to Skyrim style carriages with 2
Yes.
benches on each side.
Yes.
I'm going to sort of sit slanted on the bench on one side with one leg dangling over the back of the cart.
Got it. With that, it is a 4-day travel from Waterdeep down to Daggerford, as it is about 100 miles or so, 130 miles.
Oof.
It's going to take 4 days for you to travel. What I need from each and every one of you is a survival check. Just a straight survival check.
Oh god. Oh god! Yasmig
He
died on
dies
the
of the
journey.
plague.
No, luckily for you, it is a group score.
Okay. Well, unluckily
Oh,
for
so-
them.
And
Where is
Kaya,
I don't see survival. Am I being
It's
blind?
on
it's
the
at the
bottom.
bottom of the list.
Ah, there it is.
Do
Oh,
it.
I'm
With
fucking
advantage. Oh.
No, he did it at disadvantage. I'm gonna take the first roll though. And Kaya, I need an animal handling check from you as well, since you are driving.
Oh, that's a thing.
The horses
The-
are dead from the
The horses are a little unruly on the first day, as they are not really familiar with you and your scent, the way you're acting with them, the way that your commands are with them. They're not really used to you. But between you and Saradir, you managed to navigate your way safely for the first day. At night, who is going to take the first watch?
I will.
You will. Okay. I need a perception check from you. 13? Nothing? You don't really see anything, just every now and then a passerby, single person traveling in the night. But not too much more. who is going to take second watch, as he still needs his 4 hours of trance to get a full rest.
This is the first night, right?
This is the first out of 3 nights. It's going to take 4 full
Okay.
days of travel.
Yasmig would take the second watch.
Okay. Give me a perception check. You see about the same, but with the travelage on the road, there's nothing really too much that stands out, just occasionally the single rider. But you can see that you're in a kind of forested area, the very, very few forests that are along the path. I'm going to need survival checks for each and every one of you for the second day.
Before we go into the days, can
Mhm.
I do some roleplay with these guys if they're
Sure,
up?
go ahead.
Okay, so in the morning, after everyone rests and such, Yasmig is going to use some of the stuff that he got, the little campfire stuff, the food, and he's gonna give everybody a breakfast. And so what is everybody's names? I think it's only fitting since we're escorting something that has the fate of the world, as you put it.
Alright, give me a second to think of something.
I sort of I've forgotten his character's name, but I eye Hunter wearily and reply, Sarah dear, you.
Oh, one that doesn't speak a lot. Interesting. I am Yasmig. I'd ask where you
I
hail
prickle at the
from.
sarcasm in his voice.
I'd say, you're one that doesn't speak a lot and ask where you're from, but, well, I'm not interested to hear what hole you climbed out of. And with that, Yasmig's just gonna chuckle, and his tail's just gonna wag all happy. All happy-go-lucky.
Can I do an intimidation check against Hunter?
Go ahead, what are you doing?
Just glaring at him, sort of suggesting that he might want to shut the fuck up.
Go ahead and make an intimidation check.
What do you want me to make?
You don't need to make anything. You
What?
you see
What do you
him
mean?
and you stop laughing immediately.
What? I don't
Not-
get it.
not
I don't
from-
get to make a roll against him?
It's not so much that you don't need to make a roll against him, it's that you get the picture of you just
Gonna
stop
stab
laughing
me
for
if I
now.
don't?
Hmm?
Okay, I get you. I
Yeah.
get you.
Like, you're not scared of him or anything, you just stop laughing.
Okay, yeah, Yasmin will get the picture. He's gonna look at Nyana now, looking her up and down.
God damn it.
This is going to be a very long trip if you two don't get along. My name is Nyana. I'm about 144 years old. I was taught archery when I was young. And I left home whenever I was about 120.
So how good are you at shooting things? Can you shoot an apple off that one's head? And he's gonna point to Ciradur. Ciradur? Is that how you pronounce it?
Ciradir.
Ciradir. He's gonna point to Ciradir.
As much as I think you would enjoy me shooting an arrow towards him, I'll pass. Maybe an animal for us to eat later.
Well, what about shooting an arrow off of my head?
If you're offering.
No, just inquiring.
She fucks up the roll and kills you.
That is a possibility.
I don't want to die my first night.
You lose an eye.
And nonchalantly, without ever giving his name, unless they make a point of or of catching what he was doing. He's gonna just kind of let the day go on, go get firewood, prepare the carriage and everything.
I already got a survival check from you, Sea God. So I need a survival check from Hunter and Kaya. And I'm assuming, Kaya, you are still the one, right? Or you're still the one driving?
Yasmig would, if Nyana would want, Yasmig would offer to take it for day 2.
Now, before we get any further, should I mention the whole I don't know if this changes anything for where we're traveling, but the natural explorer forest.
Is that a feat you have?
Yes.
That is up to you to, decide. Since it's a, what is this?
So what it does is she gets to choose a terrain. So she gets to choose Arctic, coast, desert, forest, grassland, mountain, swamp, or Underdark.
And you can't get lost in
when
there.
she makes a thing, well, she gets to double her proficiency roll when she rolls in that terrain.
I think it's picked for me because
It's
underneath
picked
natural
as
explorer,
forest,
it has
yeah.
I'd put in forest, but if you want any of the other ones, you're free to change it since we're just starting.
Forest
I'd
would
put
make
forest.
sense for me. So, although since
And,
my favorite enemy is Drow, I feel like I should probably kill Sea God at some point.
There is some more to it too. Difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. You can't become lost except by magical means. There's just stuff like that. If you want the page, you see.
No, I'm reading it.
Also, you see, I think when we were making my character, I think we got intelligence and wisdom backwards by type.
Okay. Kaya, go ahead and still make that survival check. Since it's a strength check, it's not... I don't believe it's technically
Survival's
within...
wisdom.
Survival is wisdom?
Yep.
Survival is wisdom, so you can go ahead and add an extra 2 to whatever you roll.
Okay, so do I check that?
No,
And then
you
roll?
just
No,
click
just roll
survival,
it, and then plus
Okay.
2.
and then +2, yeah.
Animal handling also
So
gets
you
it
got
as
a
well.
10. Go ahead and roll your animal handling.
Is she gonna do the horses day 2, or is she gonna take Yasmig up on his offer to do horses?
It's up to her.
Well, I feel like it would be up to a few people. If the horses are pissed off, maybe somebody else would want to.
Okay, well, Yasmig will try day 2, so I'll run animal handling.
There we go.
20. Okay. Well, you aren't too sure about the path you are going. Saradir is able to guide a little bit, but you never really truly get off the right path. You are guided your way there. Just for reference, you got about to here on the first day, and you're about here on the second day.
A little more than half.
Yes. So for the first night, for the second night, who is going to take first watch?
Okay.
I need a perception check from you. Funny. As the sun is fading behind the tree line and the cloud or the horizon, you get the fresh breeze blowing in your hair and against your skin. The salty water you can still taste from even here, miles away from the coast. Nothing really is of note that happens. You see a couple animals. No one really passes this night. Who is going to take the second watch?
I will.
Give me that perception check. You are more focused on other things. You look up every now and then, but you don't really see anything to note. Is there anything you would like to do for the morning?
Yasmig's gonna do the same thing. Use some of the supplies he bought, making, a little breakfast so everyone has food and water.
Got it.
How about Nyana goes out for a little hunt to see if she can bring back any extra food?
Okay. I am going to need a survival check. Actually, I'm going to need a stealth check first. Well, you have trained before in this sort of terrain. The unfamiliarity that is the woods here, it being your first time in this area, you tend to make more noise than you are used to and can't really find anything too big. You manage to stumble upon one or two rabbits. Would you like to try and hit them?
Yes.
Go ahead and make an attack roll for me.
Will you do that again?
Attack and spell casting, click longbow. Or whatever your ranged weapon is. Your first arrow, you pull back on it, you take aim, and it hits it right in the head. And it dies instantly. No pain.
Oh, I did mention this earlier. Are we doing the arrow thing where I have to count arrows?
If you keep track of it, you can keep track of it. But generally, I will let you know if you are running low.
Okay.
Yeah, I was just suggesting that, like, every time she goes in town, she just takes a little bit of money off to restock arrows, stuff like that.
But, you're gonna be fine. Getting that arrow back, it's not damaged or anything. It was a clean shot. You're fine.
Okay.
Would you like to try and shoot the second one?
Sure.
Give me another attack check. Or an attack roll. Same thing. Your training, where it may have lacked in the stealth department, your eye is still true and you are able to hit your mark both times.
Damn, those attacks, though.
Longbows are fun.
I don't want to get in a fight with Kaya. Damn!
Longbows are fun.
He's gonna one-shot me, dude.
You successfully have the animals, you can take them back to camp and do what you wish with them.
I suppose I would go back to camp and begin skinning and preparing.
Okay. I'll say you know how to do this well enough from, again, your years of training that I don't need a performance check or anything. Is anyone else doing anything while she is preparing the carcasses?
I'm sitting quietly leaning. I'll get my back against a tree some distance away from where the wagon and everything is.
Noted.
If Yasmig's done he'll be doing cooking and that, and he's just going to be kind of haphazardly kind of resting and just keeping his eyes out in the road and occasionally within the forest. But since he knows Nyana's over in there, he's not going to worry about it.
Give me a perception check. 11. Couple carts pass by. Not really any big caravan or anything. Just a couple people on singular horses. It's a fairly traveled road you've picked up on from the past 2 days, but nothing stands out to you. So say after about 30 minutes, Nyana is done with her preparations for the rabbits, and you guys start on your way again. Who is driving today?
Yasmig's probably gonna motion for Nyana again.
Alright.
Alright. I need survival checks from everyone, and I also need that animal handling check from you, Kaya.
I'm jelly of her +2s. Wow, today I'm not killing everybody. It's Kaya's turn to spread the plague.
Ow.
I've gotten good rolls on this every single fucking time.
Luckily, Kaya, you are led by your knowledge of the forest and the paths at hand. And while the horses are a little unruly, feeling uncomfortable with the presence around them, you make your way easily along the path. You are about here, I would say, now.
With
First
the
one-
survival checks, I'm just picturing Kaya trying to eat this red and white spotted mushroom, and we're like, no, bad Kaya.
First watch.
I'll do it again. I don't need to sleep much.
Yeah, elves have trance. They only need 4 hours of trance. It's not even sleep.
Yasmig
Yeah.
is snoring his ass to this night.
Give me a perception check. You don't see anything. No motion, no animals, no nothing. To be expected since
Can
you are getting
I-
close to a settlement.
Okay, I was going to say, can I roll something else to see that that's a bit odd?
No. It's fairly common since you are getting closer to a settlement now, within a day's travel. Who is going to take the second watch?
I probably will.
Give me that perception check.
I forgot that elves only need like 4 hours. Live in a
Mhm.
reverie.
Damn.
You are distracted by the singular animal that you do see throughout the night, watching it climbing trees, going from place to place. Other than that, you don't really see anything. In the morning, are you going to do anything, or are you just going to pack up and head on for the day?
As far as Yasmig
It is
concerned,
very-
he knows that they're close.
Yes, it is very early morning. Sun is just coming up. The sky is pink with dawn.
Knowing they're close, Yasmig, unless the other two have other plans, Yasmig's just gonna
I'd like
quick-
to set off early and get there and get this over with.
quick
Same.
rations. He's gonna just jump on this cart and Yasmig's gonna try to drive this bitch.
Whip
Got it.
crack away.
Survival checks from everyone, and animal handling check from Yasmig.
Oh, this time I killed you all.
Oh,
The horses are stubborn and travel is slow. But you make your way there by late afternoon, probably around 3 o'clock. You pull into the stables, the gentleman nodding and putting the horses, giving them food and water, the cart staying where it is. And you make your way to where the note told you to. It's a small warehouse with being ran by humans and elves alike. One looks at you and says, "Ah, yes, the sage from The Waterdeep shop told us you were arriving. Good, good. I'm assuming the cart is here as well, in one piece?
More or less.
More or less.
Well, the horses are a bit spooked from last travel, but everything's in order.
He nods. Well, I'm sure that the stable master will take care of them and calm them right down. If need be, we can replace them with a couple horses here. We shall start loading your luggage immediately. And with that, claps his hands, and a couple larger humans, probably 6', 6'2", strong, muscular, start grabbing a couple boxes and walking towards the cart, loading them up.
Can I make a perception check to see if I notice anything about what they're loading?
Sure,
Can Yasmeg do same shit?
sure,
Oops, I clicked twice.
that's fine. You notice that, well, you notice that they're fairly sturdy boxes, built a little large. These larger humans can easily carry them one at a time each, but there's only 2 of them. They're just standard crates that probably have a couple cloaks, small things. But you notice that both of them come back and lift a larger container, which you notice the crate has scribings on it. As they lift it and put it onto the cart with the smaller
Is this a language I recognize, the scribings?
It is not. Actually, let me double check.
Double check mine too.
For Saradir, it is not. For Yasmig, it also is not.
I knew I should have taken Draconic.
Would I have to do a perception if I wanted to see if I knew what it said?
Only realistically did Saradir see it. If you would like to roll perception to see what you see, you can go ahead.
Dude, look, a
What
butterfly.
boxes?
You are paying attention to something else. Maybe some children came up and started jumping and trying to get your attention. But you are definitely not paying attention to the crates.
Too busy staring at Hunter's ass.
I'm not.
It probably takes about an hour in total for the crates to get loaded up and everything to get set up correctly.
It takes them an hour to load 3 boxes to pick?
Well, they also need to strap everything down. Your horses need to rest. They need to make sure that the horses are fit for travel, etc., etc. So by this point, it's early evening. It is your choice whether you would like to stay in the town or if you would like to make your way back immediately.
I, for one, vote that we just head out. We'll get some rations and get home quick and early and be done with this little adventure.
I'm down.
The sage nods and motions for the stable master to bring you 2 fresh horses. The 2 from yesterday seem weak almost. I don't quite understand why. You were taking care of them, correct?
Yes. As long as the other stable hand isn't going to get upset that they're different horses.
Oh,
He
it's
seemed
quite alright.
intent on these ones.
It's quite alright. The stable master here is also under the same name as the stable master in Waterdeep. They will be accounted for and made sure that they are marked as returned.
Thank you.
he bows and walks back into the warehouse. Because it is late afternoon, I would say you could probably get about half the distance you normally would before it's nighttime and you would want to rest. So you would probably be around there, where that dot is.
Sounds good.
Can myself and Kaya, being Elvie, go through the night while Hunter sleeps in the back? Or would the horses need to rest?
The horses need to rest. They can only go so far in a day.
We need some elven horses.
Yeah, right.
For the night, who is taking the first watch?
I'll do it, I guess.
Yasmig.
I'll go on then.
Yeah, Yasmig is gonna be like, you both don't need to rest a lot and can take the watches when we get further in the journey, but I'm well rested enough. I'll take the first watch.
Give me a perception check.
Lame.
Because you are within 20 miles of the fort, or the Dagger Ford, you do have traffic coming in and out. Occasionally, some people veer off the path heading towards the northwest, or northeast, I'm sorry. But mostly just travel.
So we're not dead.
You're not dead.
Phew.
Who is taking the second watch?
I'll do it.
Give me that perception check. It's about the same for you.
I should get advantage for these. I can see in the dark.
You can see in the dark up to 60 feet. It doesn't mean that you are any better at it. You can just see further. Alright, for this next day of travel, survival checks and animal handling, whoever is driving.
Yasmig's leaving the driving to Nyana today. Oh shit.
Finally,
Yo,
we all
surviving
survived.
out here.
Yeah.
You make your way pretty easily from about there. You make it a little further this time since the horses had extra time to rest. You're probably about halfway there. Another good day of travel like that and you'll be back in Waterdeep.
Halfway there, living on a prayer.
Yes. I need... Alright.
As we're traveling during the day, can I make a perception check? This is being far too easy so far, and I'm getting paranoid.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm waiting for the hammer to fall.
Go ahead,
on
make
us,
a
man.
make a
Oh, I don't
perception
see
check.
shit. Fucking hell.
You're busy focused on the horses as they are still trying to get used to you again, as they are fresh horses. For the night, who is going to take the first watch?
I'll take it this time.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check. 14.
Yasmig will grab second and not drive again. He'll just sleep through the night or the day. If, they don't get attacked.
15. Okay. Yasmig, during your watch, you are sitting there in the dark, expecting more of the same when you hear a twig snap under what seems to be a heavy boot.
Okay, give me 1 second. I just need to read something.
Am I awake right now, or am I in trance?
You and Nyana are in trance. However, you are semi-conscious, so as soon as he speaks, you are able to be heard.
Alright, Yusuk, I'm going to use this. Hang on. Do I know? Is my perception good enough to know what kind? How loud is it snapping? Like, is it like a rabbit snap or
It's
like a snap snap?
it's a snap.
Okay. Let me throw this to you. I'm using this.
Where are you using it?
From where he is, he's gonna make his voice boom loud, and he's gonna just yell, "You shall not!" No, he's gonna yell, "Who goes there?" And this should be loud enough to wake the elves up from their trance.
Everyone is awake. Yes.
My eyes snap open, and I immediately make a perception check to see what's going on.
Go ahead.
Basically, he has like a megaphone too. What he did is his voice is as loud as a megaphone right now. It's loud.
You
Can
are-
I get good rolls on
You are very
perception,
robot-y, Hunter, by the
please?
way.
I would probably do the same as Sarah Deer.
All right. Make your perception check. Nyana, you are the first to notice that behind these trees
Oh, your
Are
voice
two-
is cutting out.
Yeah, the server's dying. Need to switch it.
Let
Oh.
me switch 1 second, everybody.
is it any better?
Yep,
Yes.
we should all be good.
Sound good.
All right. You notice behind this tree two armored figures, and you hear from the right some more. You see a whole bunch of bandits and people with short bows and arrows, and one man wearing a brightly colored cloak, longish hair with a beard, and he steps forward.
How
Hold on.
many people are we talking?
You
that's a
should be
lot
able
of
to
people.
see. Hold on, I need to refresh roll 20 because it is a little broken for me.
There are many assholes.
Well, it seems we're in a bit of a situation now.
Give me a second while roll 20 loads.
Also, that fire is quite huge.
What?
We should go into the business of campfire making. That is
Oh.
such a huge fire.
That's the only size I can make it.
I'm just fucking with you.
I need... Hold on. It made me join as a player. I gotta get my DM powers back.
If these don't have 1 HP, I hope to God you're not gonna say initiation. Cause I'ma cry.
The man
Taylor.
in a cloak in the red robe is gonna step forward and give me a second. Make sure I can get this right. Perfect. You feel a presence at the back of your head gnawing at you, every single one of you. And you hear a voice say, "Give up, or you will die." And I need every single one of you to make a wisdom saving throw.
We just click wisdom for that?
Wisdom saving throw.
How do we do that? Oh, we click on the wisdom and the saving throws. Okay.
Yes.
I did mine to GM by accident. Mine was a 9.
It was a 9 for Nyana.
I'm trying to find where to do that.
It is
Right above skills.
right above skills.
In the saving throws box, just click on the wisdom.
Oh.
Above charisma. Jesus!
You all fail the saving throw
Jesus!
as you feel your bodies tense up, and any weapons that you were holding at, you feel the urge to sheath them and stand by the side. As the man approaches you, smiling and looking at each and every one of you. Oh, I'm sure that Aurora was kind enough to inform you that this item is something else, isn't it? And he continues walking forward.
I should have.
At this point, he is walking near you, Yasmig. I need you to make
That's
another.
me.
I need you to make another wisdom saving throw.
Me or Seardir?
You.
Okay.
Hey, music.
Yes.
I did just check, and I have the Fey ancestry thing.
This is
So-
not charm.
It says I have an advantage on saving throws.
Okay, you can go ahead and roll your second one then.
I have that as well, then, don't I?
Yes.
Okay, so I gotta set it to advantage, and then
No, just roll one. I'm going to count your first one as your first roll.
so just do the same thing again.
Yes.
It makes no difference.
Yeah. Saradir still fails. Nyana, you still fail. However, Hunter, on your second wisdom saving throw, you hear a voice at the back of your head. You are better than this. And you feel your muscles come back under your control. What do you do?
All right. Shit. Give me 1 second to think.
Seeing that you are sensing that his magic has fallen upon you, he looks at you. What do you do?
I'm going to use the same thing I used before to cause the ground to tremor. And in an intimidation roll, Yasmig's gonna look at him and he's gonna say, "You're the one who's going to stand to the side." Can I do advantage since the ground's tremoring?
No advantage.
Damn it.
The man smiles at you and says, "Oh, you are a feisty one, aren't you? It would be a shame if I had to kill you. So stop your little tricks." And he continues walking towards the cart.
Ash, is there anything that my character could think of to help, like,
Is
get
there?
these people out of trance?
Is there?
I don't know.
RP.
I don't even know what to RP.
As you are trying to figure this out, you stand in stun. You're stunned by this man. He steps up onto the cart and starts messing with the boxes onto the back.
What is it that's in this box that you're looking for?
Oh, Aurora. She always is one to keep her employees in the dark, isn't she? He continues to sift through, casually, not really mentioning anything.
At this point, I'm gonna hit him with an Eldritch Blast.
Roll. That hits him. You see the blast. Actually, hold on. Let me double check that. Yeah, that hits him. But you see the blast kind of soak into him. It doesn't seem like it hurt him at all, but he does
it
take
did.
notice of you. He does take damage.
Was it enough
What?
to distract him so that we're free?
Let me roll a concentration check for him.
And Yosmik wants to say something like after the blast ends, so let me know when I have a chance to.
His concentration does remain. However, he stands up, looks directly at you, and says, "Oh, you are not one who wants to play this game with me."
No, probably not. But I did ask you a question that I believe you're going to answer. What exactly is in the crate?
At this point, he bends back down, finishes opening the crate, and you see a blast of dust and elemental scripts wrapping around him as all of your charms and suggestion fades. All of you feel your muscles come back to your control, and
I am. Okay, carry on setting the scene, and I'll.
and he looks up at all of you, smiles, and says, "I guess she was craftier than I thought." I need everyone to roll initiation.
How do we... Is this it?
Yes. Actually, give me a second.
Oh, there.
Give me a second. I will get a way we can do this. Okay. Click on your character token and roll initiation for me.
I did it already, right?
Yes, you did correctly.
So I. Is it in skills or?
Right beside armor class, right in the middle.
Oh,
Dead
the
middle
literally
top.
initiative. Okay.
Ignore the cart moving. I need to get the guy back.
Oh, I should have clicked on my token first. Rip.
Yeah. You can redo it if you want.
Where do you? How do you click on your token? Where is your token?
Yours is on
Yours
the
is
bag,
the player
right?
token on the whatever.
Is high number good or bad?
Higher number is good.
Oh, good.
You actually got a really good initiation.
How do you ping?
Character token on the whatever is where?
It's
Bottom left.
this is your
there.
character token. That.
Okay, so I click on that and then I.
Yes, then you click initiation. Ignore the moving whatever. I'm trying to get whatever. It's fine.
It's a initiative right beside armor class. Oh, she
Yeah.
got it.
All right.
At least I know I can hit him.
And let me roll initiative for these guys.
Hey, look, if I can hit him, Kaya's gonna destroy them, so hey! Freaking super bow.
Initiative for them.
Oh no. See, you got it with that awesome roll, though.
Initiative for them.
Am I gonna go last? Read.
And let me go ahead and put this into descending order.
Uh-oh.
First off is you, Sarah Deer. What do you do?
Can I roll acrobatics to leap into the cart and land next to him?
It would
Is that a
take
thing?
it would take
Or do you
Maybe,
just
maybe
5
roll?
feet of
describe
your movement.
Combat,
So
Yusik.
Hmm?
Maybe describe combat in D&D real quick.
So combat in D&D is turn-based. There are 3 things you can do on your turn: an action, a bonus action, and movement. Movement is based on your character's speed, which I believe for most of you is 30.
Yeah.
Each square on the tile, or each square on the map, is 30 feet. You can use the measuring tape tool like this to map out distance. If you drag and right-click, you can map out specific paths. What you can do is you can go 30 feet of movement from where you are currently. You can burn your action to dash, which doubles your movement.
Is each square 30 or 5?
Each square is 5.
Okay.
So
what would you like to do, Seer Deer?
Okay, so I'm gonna move. I need to do that. I'm going to move to here. And I'm going to attack him with my rapier.
Go ahead.
Normal, probably, yes.
He is in the cart, by the way. I just moved him there so I have access to the token.
Okay, so do I need to move somewhere else?
For the sake of not having to deal with the cart being wonky, I'd say you're fine. We'll just say that
if he's in the
you
cart,
used all
imagine
but
I
5
jumped
feet
into
of
the
your
cart
yeah.
and-
You used all but maybe 5 feet of your movement to get up there within melee range.
Yeah, okay.
That hits and it does 11 points of damage.
Damn,
You-
nice.
See the rapier go into his cloak, stab him, and a small bit of blood pours out or drips out of the wound, and he looks up at you with a ferocity. It is now the bandit's turn.
Are we fighting every single bandit here, or just a couple of them?
Every single one here.
So you're gonna do one bandit per turn, or are you gonna move all of them?
All of them move on the same turn. This one is going to move here, not burn his action. And this one is going to move here over this empty sleeping bag, which is in the map, so I could not get rid of it. These ones down here. This one is going to get within melee distance of you, Nyana. Is going to do an attack. Does that hit? It would be against your armor class, your AC.
Okay, so hit on.
It's to the left of your initiative.
Is this for only her to see?
Okay, token for.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm rolling to GM. Sorry.
So in your the character sheet that I showed you earlier, at the top, in the middle, on the left-hand side, the armor class number. You said it was 16 earlier, Kai.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Then that misses. The this bandit going to move here, but is out of melee. Actually, yeah, is out of melee of you. This one is going to move there and burn his action to dash next to you.
Oof.
However, because he burned his action, he cannot attack. And this last one is also going to dash and do the same. Right there. Next are the archers. They've rolled really good.
God damn it.
This one is going to make a... They have 80 feet.
They can move 80 feet.
No, they cannot move 80 feet. They can shoot 80 feet.
Damn.
This one, seeing that you,
Jesus
Saradir,
Christ, it would be 80 then, wouldn't it?
is going to make a ranged attack on you.
If I dodge this, can I make him shoot his buddy?
No, it depends on the
Damn
roll.
Hope for a natural one, see God.
Does that hit you?
No.
It comes shooting at you, and it kind of hits your chainmail weird and bounces off of it. You do notice that you got shot at. This other one is also going to do a ranged attack. He is going to do one against you, Kaya. That does hit, I believe.
Yeah, she's got the same armor class as me, I think.
So your current hit points, drop it by 4, since you took 4 damage.
Okay.
It is your turn now, Kaya. What would you like to do?
Archer, take out the archers! Yasmig exclaims loudly.
Yeah, I would pull out my bow and aim towards. Which ones are the archers?
They are down below. They are
Might
down
have to
here.
zoom out a bit.
They are down here.
Oh, there is. Yeah. I would take aim towards one of them.
Which one?
Let's say the one on the left.
Okay.
It just hit longbow.
Yes. Ooh. You hit him square in between the eyes, and he falls
into the
over
fucking
dead
tree
in a
behind
single
him.
hit.
He's pinned to the fucking tree behind
This
him.
archer has fallen.
At this moment,
I think it would make sense if the other one pissed himself and ran away.
at this moment,
I will make a save for that.
Yasmig is gonna feel the tiniest wet spot in his pants.
God. What did you say?
You still have a bonus action, which I'm not sure what you can do with.
Yell at the archer to. You should probably run now as your bonus action. Make an intimidation.
You also have a. You also have movement. However, I would recommend against it since you are within melee of someone. They can take an attack of opportunity against you.
Wait, so I'm trying to understand what's going on. So if I try to attack or do something with the other archer, are you saying the one that's next to me could try to do something?
If you try and leave 5 feet range of him, which is this circle here, he gets an attack of opportunity against you. Which means
Okay,
he gets
so
to
that's
attack you
fine.
as you leave his melee range. This one is not within melee range of you, so this one would not.
So, what could I do to the other archer then?
You've already used your action to shoot the archer. You can't really do much else.
What about the bonus thing?
Your bonus action, if you had a spell or something that specifically says bonus action, or if you had something else that is bonus action related, you could use that.
I don't think I mean, I don't have any spells, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I have any bonus actions.
No, I don't think you have any bonus actions, so that's probably the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All you get at level 1 is Favored Enemy and Natural Explorer, and I don't think Favored Enemy does anything for attacking. It's just rolls.
All right.
She gets advantage on some stuff on Favored Enemies.
Next is the wizard. He turns to you, Saradir, and smiles and says, "Oh, you will be sorry that you did that." And uses time stop. I need to roll a dice.
What goddamn level is this wizard? Transmutation 9?
Ooh, okay. Time freezes around you as you feel a weird fluctuation in space. You personally do not feel this. However, by the time you snap out of it, you see that you see that the wizard has made his way onto the cart and has something in his hand. And for sake of whatever, I'm moving that over there because I don't want to deal with
We're
the
just
cart.
imagining that those 6 spaces are the cart.
Yes.
And so if you move the cart away, just draw a box with the drawing
I was
thing.
about to say, why don't you just move the card away and draw a box real quick?
Or I could just move it to the back. Hold on.
There you go, that's your cart.
There we go. The cart's on the back. Anyway. In his hand, you can see it is a skull. A crimson skull made of ruby. And in its left eye socket is a crystallized demon eye. I need you to make a wisdom saving throw, Hunter.
Can I run away now?
You succeed the saving throw, but you hear in the back of your voice,
Back of my voice?
back of your head, the other. More power. Do with that what you will.
Alright.
And that is going to be the end of his turn.
For my turn, I want to pull out my Pokeball and throw it at him.
No.
Wrong game. Well, as much as I want to attack the wizard dude, I got 2 guys in my ass and not a lot of health points. So, on how do I do a ping?
A what?
A ping
Hold.
against this guy here.
Okay.
I'm gonna pop him with a little Eldritch Blast.
Do it at disadvantage because you're within melee range.
What? That's not a part of
That
this.
is actually a part of the thing. If you're within 5 feet, using a magic spell is at disadvantage because it's considered a ranged thing.
Damn it. So advantage, so 22. Right?
Disadvantage. It does not hit. You being distracted by the thoughts in your head, put your hand forward, shoot the Eldritch Blast, and it goes darting past the shoulder of the one bandit. You still have your bonus action that you can cast another one if you would like.
What? I can cast
It is a
this
cantrip.
during a bonus?
It is a cantrip. I'm allowing you to cast some cantrips as bonus action. Disadvantage.
Hey!
The 19
Nat 20.
The 19 hits. You do 1 point of damage against it.
What's the +3 on the bottom one? What?
Critical.
Oh, because it said critical.
Yeah.
Derp.
This one has taken 1 point of damage.
And he's like super bloody now, right?
No.
I'm about to be bloody, boys.
Back at the top, it is now Ceradir's turn.
Okay, I'ma jump onto the cart next to him and I'ma stab him again.
Go ahead. 16. That hits. For 6 damage. You again see the rapier stab into him, and a bit more blood pool against the crimson red of his robes already.
Keep poking holes in him, Seagull.
Is there anything else you would like to do for your attack? Or for your turn?
Yeah, question. My cantrip, Dancing Lights, I can cast that as a brighter form and put them all in one place. Could I do that to fuck up the archer?
You could impose disadvantage if it was bright enough, yes. But you are not within range of the archer for that spell, I believe.
The range is 60, I believe.
And they are 100.
Are they? I didn't think there was that much.
wizard.
The wizard? I'm right next to the wizard. That'd fuck me too.
Do it to the ones next to me.
You have options of what you can do.
A little help over here would be nice.
What else can I do for a bonus action?
As a fighter, I'm not too sure what you can do. Let me check. You can use your second wind to gain 1d10 plus 1 HP. I would not recommend doing that.
I'm already full health.
Exactly. There is nothing else that you currently can do. Level
Okay.
1.
End my turn then.
It is the bandit's turn.
I'm dead here. Hey, it's nice knowing y'all.
These two, seeing how your feeble attempt at attacking them and how it barely tingled against this one's body, are gonna sit there and laugh at you with their weapons
Aw.
pointed towards you.
Is this gonna impose disadvantage?
This one here is going to attack you, Kaya.
Okay.
And it misses. You nimbly dodge out of the way of the short sword coming towards you. This one steps forward, tries to swing along with it. Also misses as you dodge both of their short swords.
Would I be able to take that opportunity to...
It is only if they try to leave your melee range. It is a reaction to them leaving. This one, seeing that things are handled pretty well over here, decides to use his movement to come up here. I believe that was 30. Yes. And this one will do the same, making his way up there to aid what seems to be their leader. That is their turn. It is the single archer's turn now. He is going to make a ranged attack against you, Kaya. That does not hit. The arrow shoots past you. It is now your turn.
Okay, I'm still trying to understand movement a little bit. Would I be able to move away from the two that are next to me and then attack?
So, if you move outside of 5 feet, or if you move outside of their range, which is 5 feet, do you see the marker on the map that I'm doing?
Yes.
If you move outside of that 5 feet, they get an opportunity to attack you as you are fleeing.
They get a free attack on you, basically.
Basically.
If you move in their melee range.
Yeah.
So yes, you can, but both of them get to attack you.
In that case, I suppose I would try to hit the other archer.
Okay. Roll that damage. Or roll that attack. Ooh. The archer is... You hit him in the chest. He kind of slumps over for a second. Kind of catching his breath a little bit, and he stands back up. He looks really, really hurt. Is that all you're going to do? You can also do sort of RP actions, like what I did with the bandits with Hunter.
Okay, but I can only attack once, so I can just...
You can only use your action to attack once, unless you have something specifically.
Do you have a spare melee weapon?
I have 2 melee weapons.
gonna say,
But
maybe
melee
not
weapons.
right now because the archer's still there. But maybe if you fuck the archer next turn, use your bonus action to switch weapons because that takes an action, doesn't it?
I'll let you
I
do it
keep
for
using
free.
the longbow.
I'll let you do it for free. However, if you use the longbow at that range against the bandits, it will be at disadvantage like Hunter's
Yeah, exactly.
Magic
Yeah, that's why I'm.
because it's a
trying to-
ranged attack. I will let you switch weapons for free though.
Okay.
So
I suppose seeing that the archer is severely injured, I would probably switch weapons at that point to sort of use them as defense because I have two guys in my face.
so you are changing your weapon then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guarding with a what is it? I think I have a short sword.
Okay. Next is the wizard's turn again. He looks at you, Siradir, and gives you a scowl. I will remember this, elf. And he casts teleport and vanishes from
Son
the
of a-
field
Bitch.
with the item in hand.
It's a lot of text.
Yasmig, feeling sad.
Okay, what level is teleport? Just as a question.
These are like
7.
These like nearly a max level motherfucker.
7. It's a 7th level spell.
This dude's high level, man. Yasmig, feeling sad is gonna do nothing. He's gonna accept his death. I'm just joking.
Please don't.
Knowing that these attacks ain't gonna do shit against the people in front of him, and
Just punch him. That's probably gonna do more damage.
Did you take melee weapons?
I have two.
Okay.
But they're gonna do less damage than this thing's gonna do.
Actually,
I'm
I have a
gonna attack.
Pokemon to kill it.
I'm attacking this one in hopes that I can try to kill it and get Kaya to help me.
Okay. That misses. It again shoots over the shoulder of the bandit. You still have your bonus action if you would like to try again. That does hit. It hits the bandit square in the chest, and it kind of staggers him back a little bit. It pushes him out of range of Kaya. Because it is a push, there is no attack of opportunity from anyone. However, when you're no longer within his melee range. He takes 5 points of damage.
Of force damage, so I'm
force
like
damage.
a Jedi, basically.
Somewhat.
I'm a dragon Jedi.
He's a Sith.
Is there
Lord.
anything else you would like to do?
He's gonna turn. This is a bad idea, but he's gonna turn to the two that are laughing at him, and he's gonna go, "I can hit," and his tail, and he's gonna take a proud stance, and his tail's gonna kind of wag a little bit behind him, and he's gonna be super proud of himself, not realizing that he's about to get fucked.
Oh boy. Is that your turn?
Yeah.
Alright. Next up, Siradir, what are you doing?
Okay, so question: because technically, where that box I drew, that's where the cart is, right?
Yes.
So if I moved down one and I have the high ground, is that an advantage?
No.
I feel like we're real D&D players here, always trying to grab advantage of you.
You know
We've played
what?
it.
Depending on how you flavor this attack, maybe. You are currently within melee range of this dude. So you can attack
Oh, I
him
actually
from...
can hit from. Oh, I can hit from there anyway and still be above him.
It's 5 feet, so including corners. 5 feet in any direction
I didn't know
around
it
you.
included corners. That's interesting. So I'm going to take the advantage that I'm above him, and because most types of armor, no matter what it is, have a weak spot around the neck, because obviously the neck is a joint, you need to move it. So I'm
Mhm.
going to pull back my rapier, sort of have my arm above my head, the blade pointed downwards, and ram it in where his shoulder meets his neck.
Roll attack.
And that is that one.
Roll at advantage. So,
Oh, roll at advantage, so just roll another one then.
Yep.
I missed both.
well, the first one
Goddamn.
hits.
Oh, it does?
For
Oh, he's got
7
shit armor
damage.
class. Excellent.
It just barely hits.
Feels bad, man. That's my AC.
I was expecting you to be tanky.
No!
He's
I'm
looking.
a fucking caster, dude.
You hit him just shy of a critical artery, and he's looking pretty rough. Is there anything else you would like to do?
Can I move as a bonus action?
You can move as your movement.
Oh, so I can do that anyway, and it doesn't matter if it's before or after an attack.
Yes.
Ah, okay, cool.
But he does
Know
get an
that.
attack of opportunity on you. Don't
Not if I
forget.
don't move out of his range.
Yes, you can stay within 5 feet of him, which
Okay,
is
I'm gonna
anywhere around
chest-
here.
I am gonna chest this shit. I'm gonna move by 1 so that I don't move into that guy's range, and he has to move to me. Although I guess that doesn't actually matter, does it? Because he can move and attack the same.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, fuck it. I'm moving there, so I'm not jumping down from the car.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay. It is the bandit's turn again.
This is the end of Yasmig.
This one here, next to you, Kaya, is going to do an attack. But he misses. You are able to easily dodge around him. This one, getting hit by the blast, is going to make his way out of pure anger over this way. Because he does cross in front of you, Kaya, you do get an attack of opportunity on him.
Oh, do I?
Yes, so roll attack.
How would weapons work in this situation?
What weapon are you using? Because he was within melee range of you, you should use one of your melee weapons.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Okay.
Because that's technically when the attack of opportunity happens, when he was about here
Mhm.
leaving the range.
I hope you kill him.
You do.
Oof.
As he walks past you, you stab your sword in between the backside of his rib cage, up into his heart, and pull it out, and he falls over, dead on the ground in front
Oh,
of you.
thank God. You're gonna hear an audible, thank you.
These two look at their fallen comrade and look up at the archer who is still limping, leaning over the other one dead on the ground, and will back away.
I get an attack of opportunity.
You do
on
get
them,
an attack of opportunity on both of them. The first one misses, the second one hits, doing 2 points of damage against which one do you want the second one to hit? That one? Okay,
Yep.
noted.
He's just all he's gonna do as they walk away. So the two are gonna look over as they back away. He's gonna take his axe out, and just one slash across both of them, missing the one and hitting the other.
This one is going to move forward and attack with disadvantage against you because you are above him. Eight misses, I can almost guarantee.
Yep.
Next, it is the archer's turn. The archer, suffering a lot of damage, realizes that his life is
hang on.
not worth...
Is it only moving away from?
It's only moving away. Yes.
Okay.
The archer, realizing that his life is worth more than the measly amount of gold that he got paid, runs.
New strategy. I'm standing by Kaya for all combat from now on.
The archer is now out of combat. Kaya, it is your turn.
I'm going to use my longbow to attack that little guy right there.
I love you.
All right. That hits.
Oof.
And he gets the arrow to the side of his head as he was trying to turn away and falls over dead. What else would you like to do on your turn?
Just for the purpose of RP, I'm going to turn and look towards the cart with a very worried expression on my face.
Noted. Yosmig, it's your turn. Against which one?
This guy here does
Oh,
it hit and does he die?
He is dead as fuck.
Can I finish him?
Yeah,
So-
he's dead.
Yosmig, having swung his axe and hitting him just a little bit, he's gonna put it away. You know, everything's gonna happen around him, and Yosmig's gonna take a second as for his bonus action, and he's gonna point at the guard or the bandit, and he's gonna laugh at the bandit the same way he laughed at him, and with both his hands, he's gonna shoot his Eldritch Blast and just take the dude's head right off with force.
After you laugh, a look of fear comes over his face when the two green blasts hit him in the chest, the force knocking his head back almost completely off of his shoulders as he falls over backwards dead.
Yes, redemption, bitches! He doesn't say that. I'm saying that. But yeah, that's it. Yosmig's just his tail's gonna be wagging all happy.
Is that your turn?
His work. That's my turn.
Cyrodiil.
Okay, I would like to shout to the others just as a warning. Keep one of them alive!
Oops.
And I'm going to then go for the one who I stabbed before to try and finish him off.
Okay, go ahead.
Advantage again or just normal?
Advantage again, because you are still above him.
I did click advantage? Oh, I did do it. I did do it, yeah.
You this time, instead of just barely missing a vital artery, you push down into him with your rapier, the precise weapon that it is, and stab him through the heart. The light, or the breath, leaves his body as the light fades from his eyes, and as you pull your weapon back out, he falls backwards, dead.
Damn, that's some Mortal Kombat stuff right there.
I don't think I can do unless I can kick him in the face as the other one in the face as a bonus action. I think I'm done.
I will let you do an unarmed strike as a bonus action.
Okay, how does one unarmed strike? Do I need to add that?
Give me a second. Give me a second to look up damage for an unarmed strike.
I mean, I can just use this. Is there just in the search box? Will there be one?
It's only proficiency.
Okay. Because my aim
An
is
unarmed
to
strike.
incapacitate this guy without killing him, so we can ask what the fuck just
A
happened.
punch, kick, headbutt, or similar forceful blow. On a hit, an unarmed strike deals bludgeoning equals to 1 plus your strength modifier. You're proficient with your unarmed strikes. So yeah. You roll a d20 plus your proficiency modifier.
Okay, and I roll a d20 how?
Type into chat /roll space d20 plus 2 for your proficiency bonus. And also +2 for strength. So it would be 15, which hits. Roll damage, which is 1 plus your strength modifier. You don't actually need to roll. So you hit him for 3 damage, which gets him a little unsteady on his feet. If you would like to roll the attack again, just to see if you get a natural 20.
Okay, so can I click up? Oh, I can. So it's +4. It should have been +4, not +2.
Yeah,
Right?
because it's your strength and proficiency. 21. It's the same damage either way. He is a little woozy on his feet, kind of unstable. Because of that, he loses his next turn, which is next. So this one is woozy and unable to really do anything. This one, seeing his 4 comrades die in front of him, turns and tries to flee. You do get an attack of opportunity, Kaya.
Since he's running away, I would pull out my bow and shoot him.
Roll damage. Or roll with advantage, because he's not trying to dodge.
No advantage.
Just pin his foot to the floor with an arrow. In case I accidentally kill this one.
Just click it again.
Oh, just
Since
whenever
you already rolled it, just click it again. Both of those hit. I will take the higher one since it was at advantage. It does 11 damage. So you hit him in the back of his head as he's fleeing. His body tenses up for a second, and he falls on his face dead.
Drops like a sack of spuds.
It is now your turn, Kaya. You can decide whether you want to attack this guy or try and knock him out like your comrade said, or do whatever you would like.
I think since Saradir and him are closer, I would maybe tend to my own wounds, since it looks like that they should have it handled.
Do you have a spell to do that? Or a
I
healing
don't-
potion or something?
Let me see.
Because you can tend to your wounds during a short rest, which you can do after combat, or during a long rest you also can tend to your wounds.
I don't even know what's in that.
And let's face it, we're elves. We get long rest from nothing.
You get long rest from 4 hours, but a short rest can be like 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I don't think you have anything to start with that would let you do something like that.
I don't think so either. Not yet, anyway.
Yeah, I don't even know what half my items are.
I know you don't have any health potions,
Okay.
and you only have message, so yeah, you don't have anything you can use.
But I didn't even see that before. Oops. What does that do?
It
It's-
lets you send a message to. It lets you
It's a
basically.
telepathic message between
Yeah.
you and a person that you point towards,
I didn't know I had that.
that you are
So-
familiar with. And
Yeah,
it needs
so
to be
you-
less than 25 words.
And they can answer back too. It's really cool.
Mhm.
Best spell. Ever.
So is that going to be your turn, or are you going to do something against the guy?
I suppose instead I'll just move forward a little bit towards the other guy.
Okay.
How far can I move again?
Click on your character and then drag them. Is that within 30 feet? Because your movement is 30. You can actually get right up on them if you would like. And because you have not used your action, you can try an unarmed strike against them to knock them out.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay, then you're moving forward 1 unarmed strike, so I need you to do a slash roll d20 plus 5.
Wow, she's even better at punching shit than I am.
I think she might be, yeah. Yeah, she has more strength than you, dude. Okay, that hits. So it's 1 plus that. Yeah, he's unconscious at this point, so he's out. And with that,
Look away, viewers. There's about to be a torture scene.
and with that, combat comes to a close.
Well, if you would like, I have a certain way with persuading people to speak with me. If you would like me to give it a go. And I want to Yasmig gonna start some fucking looting on these 3 beside him.
Roll an investigation check for me. For
3
every
of them.
for every corpse, yes. On these 2, you don't really find anything too important. Daggers, really shitty padded armor.
I'm gonna put how many daggers?
One
He has
each.
a thing for daggers.
1 each.
Okay.
You also find the short swords they were using, but they are rusted and in absolutely terrible condition.
All right. Any gold or silver or copper?
None from them. You don't find any from them. However, this third one, you find the same padded armor, another dagger, the same short sword again, but you find a small bag of gold.
Oh.
About, let me see. You find about 40 gold in the bag.
Holy sh! I don't know if that's a lot in this universe,
It's
but I'll take it.
It's a bit. Along with the bag, you find a note saying, "Once our services are done, there should be no more mention of our partnership, or the Black Hand will close around your throat." And I will type that out and send it to you.
Yes, please. And I'm going to
Would
use...
you deign to share that information with the rest of us?
At the moment, no. He's gonna quietly slip the gold into his pocket and
Make
keep
a
all
sleight
of
of
this
hand
to himself.
check.
They're busy!
Make a sleight of hand check.
So the jingling of gold
Everyone
is
sees
very
you do it. Everyone sees you slip the gold into your pockets, or at least the
dead
pouch into your
people look
pockets.
up and watch me do it. Fuck.
So
Can
can I
I-
react to that?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Hearing the jingle of coins, Nyana looks up, raises an eyebrow at him, and you know I finished that one off.
Wagging his tail. The wagging in his tail is gonna stop as he's looking her right in the eyes. Remembering the fate that most of them succumb to, he's gonna say, Yes, we'll share. For now, let's just worry about the one you've knocked out. Keep your arrows for the real enemies.
I'm going to roll investigation for these 2 that are next to me as well.
Go ahead. The unconscious one and the dead one, correct?
Yes.
Which one do you want that 23 on?
The conscious one.
The one you knocked out.
Sorry, yeah, the unconscious one,
Okay.
the one I knocked out, yeah.
You find a potion of healing on him, a standard potion of healing. You find the same padded armor, the same rusty, shitty short sword, a dagger as well.
Hang on,
And
'cause I need
you
to add
find
this shit, so potion...
you don't have to take everything, that's just what you find.
Okay, so I'm taking the potion of healing, definitely.
Yes. You also find 50 silver on him. Probably whatever he had as pocket change or something. Actually,
trying to
no.
figure out how I
I'm
need to-
sorry. 5 silver, not 50. I keep getting the conversion wrong.
I'm trying to figure out how this works.
On the
I'll just type it in. It's not because I've got it in a separate window. It's not letting me drag it over.
yeah. On
So I've got a
the
potion of healing, and then how much monies did you say?
5
'Cause the rest of it was
silver.
just rusty crap.
5 silver.
Where do I put in the... Oh, GP is gold pieces, and then this is...
SP is
EP?
silver
What's
piece.
EP?
Electrum. We're not using Electrum.
Okay, so just silver then, which is this one, I
Yes.
think.
Yes.
And how many? 5?
5.
Okay.
The one that you killed, you don't really find anything other than the aforementioned armor, sword, and dagger. You have the other 2 ones down here as well, if you would like to search them.
Honestly, we should probably... Yusik isn't doing encumbrance, so we should probably loot goblin all this crap and sell it.
No
Most
shop
of it's useless.
No shop finds any value even in the scrap metal because it is quite rusted through.
Okay.
So they would be quite literally dead weight. And it's not I'm not doing encumbrance, it's I'm not doing encumbrance until you become pack goblins.
Okay.
Let's let the archer take the ones that she killed down there. I'd hate to see what becomes of us if we don't.
Do you want to go loot these 2?
Flick my head in the direction of the
Yes.
the other bodies, indicating that they should go get them while I deal with this one.
How to torture someone as a drow? Hey, bitch, I'm a drow. Tell me info or I'm a drow you.
Roll in-
it's...
It's
Kaya.
investigation, right?
Yes, 1 investigation for that one. You don't find anything really interesting on it. The same as everyone else.
Archer has.
To get to the archer, you would have to go around this way.
Holy smokes, that's a rock walk.
It's a
Rock
10
walk?
it's supposed to be a 10-foot tall cliff. Another investigation roll for me. Very nice. On him, you don't find any gold. You find very worn out leather armor that's tearing at the seams. You find a short bow that the string is starting to unravel, and the wood is chipped and cracked. You do find 3 fairly good condition arrows, if you would like to keep them. But you
Okay.
also find a gold ring on his left index finger and an amulet around his neck. A gold medallion with a ruby in the middle.
Okay, so if I pick those up, do I
You would
Put
add
that
them to your
in-
inventory. So you would have to manually type them in, because I don't think there's pre-made things for that. To do that, you would click the
gold
plus
ring
button.
and- yeah, I got it. Gold ring and what?
A golden medallion with a ruby in the center.
How do you spell medallion?
Gold necklace with a ruby in the center. As they are looting the bodies, Sarah dear, what would you like to do?
I am going to use some of the hempen rope I have to tie this one's hands behind his back and lean him up against the cart.
Got it? He is bound.
Yasmig's gonna make his
And
way
then
over
once
there.
once I make sure he's not going anywhere, I give him a good slap around the face to wake him up.
You slap him in the face, and he startles awake. Oh! Oh! Please! Please! No! Mercy!
Yes, yes, quiet and listen to what this one has to say.
He looks up at you, frightened like a deer in headlights.
There's one of 2 ways this goes. You die slowly and painfully, or
No.
you die quickly, depending on what you tell me.
Roll an intimidation check. He looks up at you, and his eyes go wider than they already were before, seeing the look on your face and your gleaming red eyes staring directly at him. Please, please, I'll tell you everything I know. The man, the one in the robes, he didn't tell us his name, but he hired us. We're just sellswords. I swear to you, my life is not worth the gold.
So I saw before that the Hunter's character, I keep forgetting everyone's names, but that he put the note in his pocket, or did I only see the gold?
You only saw the gold because he only tried to hide the gold.
So I know that he has the letter.
You know he has gold.
If you didn't try to hide the letter, then do I not know he has the letter?
Let's go ahead and do that now. Slide a hand check. You know he has the letter.
I turn to him and ask, what was that letter you had before?
1 sec. Yasmig, at this point, is gonna laugh. Kind of like a maniacal laugh. And then he's gonna stop and look down at the bandit, making sure the bandit can see his eyes. Yusik, whisper real quick.
Got it.
I'm gonna use thaumaturgy. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna up there. I'm gonna say he mutters words they don't understand, but he's gonna mutter an infernal, and he's gonna make his eyes turn to like goat eyes, and then just like a visual of fire in his eyes, and then like a black hand crushing, and then they're just gonna go back to normal. Can I can do that with thaumaturgy?
Yes.
Okay, that's what he's gonna
mostly,
do.
yes.
That's what
I'll
he's
let you
gonna
do
do, so the bandit can see it. Okay.
Okay.
So Yasmig is gonna mutter something in a language.
You
deeply.
see Yogsmid's eyes roll back, and in their place comes square pupils with a burning flame inside of them and around them. The ground starts to shake around you, and a large, black, shadowy hand reaches towards the throat of the man. I'm gonna need to make him have a wisdom saving throw because of this.
Okay. And then Yasmig wants to say something with all of this too. So can I say that while you roll?
Go ahead.
If you don't tell us everything you know, then it's not the dark hand in the letter you're gonna have to worry about. It's mine.
Tears start streaming down his face. Please, mercy! Mercy, mercy! Oh, I swear that's all I know. I don't know who he was. The only one who met with him was him. And he points over to the one that you looted the letter from.
And what is it he was after?
The artifact. That's all he told us. He told us not to attack the cart.
Of what?
I don't know. He didn't tell us. He didn't see us important enough for it.
And how much did he pay you?
I don't know.
You don't know.
He told us that the gold would be good. Please, mercy,
Can
my
I
family.
roll something to see if I believe him?
Yes. You can roll insight.
Can I do that too?
Insight,
Go ahead.
Which is that one.
He is telling the truth. He is telling the truth.
Okay, as much as I very much out of character don't think he's telling the truth, I very much in character think he do, so I just say, fair enough, and ram my rapier through his head.
Oh, okay, cool.
Roll damage. Yeah, he's dead. With a
Wonderful.
sudden gasp, his eyes roll to the back of his head, and as you pull out the rapier, he slumps forward, dead on the ground.
I say the next step is to go back to that damned artifact dealer and see what's really going on here.
Yes, I believe that would be the best way to go about this. Before we do, might I make a suggestion and see what is in the other boxes that are left over? I mean, they stole one, why wouldn't they steal the other? More for us.
Fair enough. Also, how much do I know about magic in character? Would I know what Hunter is? After
Ooh,
seeing
mean
his
You
what I
would-
spells?
used?
You would understand he's a magic user. You wouldn't understand exactly what he is.
That
Okay.
spell, yeah. That kind of a spell is used by a good few magic users.
I wasn't. I don't actually know it out of
You were-
character.
you
then
were
I thought
too
that was only
busy-
one specifically.
You were too busy with combat to really pay too much attention to the incantations he was doing.
Yeah, you clerics
And
stuff
the
use.
the darkness of what he just did then.
Everything has
wasn't,
faded.
any indicator either.
It's not an indication of his class, no. You can roll insight if you'd like.
Yeah, sure. Why not? Doesn't cost me anything.
He's either lacking his
He
talent or
is a
healthy or
man-
lacking Satan.
He is a man with horns and a tail that is head to toes covered in cloth and armor.
So basically, I noticed more in the inn.
While Seagod is checking Yasmig out, Yasmig's jumping on that bitch and tearing a fucking crate open, and he's going
Roll
for
investigation.
whatever the hell he can find. Oh, for fuck's sake!
You
He hits himself
find-
with the fucking crate and knocks his ass.
No. You open the crate and find it's just a bunch of disenchanted cloaks. There's nothing special about
Cloaks.
them. Disenchanted.
Okay, so Yasmig's gonna find one that matches the light gray of his armor, if there's one there, and chuck it around.
Go ahead. You can write that down.
Could Nyana jump onto the cart as well and check the second box?
Go ahead. In that box, you open it more easily than Hunter did his, and inside you find similarly disenchanted gloves. So in the two small boxes, there is really nothing interesting. It really seems that, to you anyway, with your investigation score, that the main cargo that you were there to transport was in the large box that is broken open in front of you. Incantations and all. Incantations and all broken. The scribes that were on the side that you saw, that specifically Saradir saw, are now gone. And inside is a box lined with lead.
I would like to go over to the one that our interrogation victim motioned to when he was saying, like, that guy was in charge, he might have earned something. I'm going to go investigate that guy, double check.
This guy.
I don't know, which guy? Yeah, him.
Go ahead.
And then, investigation again?
Yep. You find nothing but the things that Hunter found, minus the gold and the note, because he already has them.
Would any roll relating to the note do anything if I were to get it off Hunter? Or get
It
Hunter to
depends on
roll?
what you try to do.
Wait, what's going on?
I would suggest that you rest, so
Yeah.
that way you guys can properly prepare for the journey.
Yeah, if this
Because
is
you
the end of
are
it,
over
Yasmig would
you
suggest
are over a day's travel away.
And my person needs some rest as well because she's the other one that actually got in.
it. Yasmig would share the details of the note with them at this point, and he would tell them, like,
So, the note that I found says, when we are done with our partnership, there will be no mention of our work. If you do, the dark hand will close around your throat. That's all it said.
And I'm going to DM you a copy of the note. Both of you.
and the original will stay. Yasmig will keep.
Just so that way you have it on your records of what exactly it says. So, are you guys going to take a short rest, long rest, or what?
I would recommend. Yasmig's gonna recommend just setting up a small camp here. No one should come around the fucking dead bodies and a lit campfire. You
Mhm.
know, Yasmig would make that point and suggest just sleeping for the night, going out tomorrow.
Does
Yeah,
anyone-
I'd agree to that. I am, however, going to note that the mention of Dark Hand in the letter somewhat reminds me of what Yosmig did to the victim.
Mhm.
Is he gonna mention anything to Yasmig, or are you just gonna note it?
Oh, no, I'll. The Dark
Noted.
Hand mentioned in the letter, somewhat like what you did to our friend here.
Yes, and that's exactly why I did it. I would imagine he would be scared of whatever this dark hand is, and seeing it come from me might have persuaded him to be a little bit more open. Honestly, they're probably Bay Knights. Bunch of misfits. I wouldn't pay attention to it much.
Okay.
All right.
So are we camping now then?
Mm-hmm. And with that, each and every one of you sits around the campfire, tending to your wounds in some cases. Because you are doing a long rest, you do get all your hit points back.
Yasmig is gonna pee on these two.
Noted. As the sun sets, or since it's the middle of the night, the stars move across the sky. You get a glimpse of a crescent moon between breaks of cloud moving away from the ocean to your west. And with that, we're going to end session 1.
Aww.
Oh, that was fun. Are we leveling up? We're getting 10 levels.
Hunter, your character's so weird.
Thanks. I was gonna play him a little differently,
All
but
right.
this is how he is coming out.
You
Like
guys,
I said, it's like he's a happy little doofy puppy, and then he's safe.
you guys do level up to level 2.
Yes!
So, after I close out stream, I will help you guys with leveling up the process of that, helping you select what you want. If
Can
you
I
would
say
like to
something
do
real
it
quick?
throughout the week, alone, personally, one-on-one with me, that is fine. We just need to talk and set up a time for that. And go ahead, Hunter.
Okay, so real quick, all right. Anyone who's watching, if you like the stream, please follow. Yusik does D&D weeklies, Fridays and
God.
Saturdays. And if you didn't
And
know,
sometimes Wednesday.
everybody who goes for Twitch Prime, which is an awesome service that's going to get you free shipping on Amazon, among free stuff for other games, gets a free sub on Twitch, and Yusik's now affiliate. So hit that sub and get a cool trumpet by your name.
And eventually a really nice emote.
Eventually,
Also
really
call
nice.
him Daddy. He really likes it when you call him Daddy.
No.
Daddy.
God damn it.
Oh wait, Twitch can't do that.
you sick.
Stop.
Stop, Twitch can't.
Well, this video is demonetized. I'm gonna stop.